Hello everyone, how we can win from accessibility and not only invest in it. This is a question that I get fairly often because I'm a blind person, I'm a psychologist, and I'm a QA engineer. And those questions arise from a very fair standpoint because I'm currently in Bulgaria, which is a country in the European Union. The European Union adopted an act on accessibility, and what we are seeing for accessibility in trading, in e-commerce websites and platforms and everything else, accessibility doesn't move quite in the way that it needs to move. What I mean is that, traditional companies who are doing IT consulting, IT work, and IT stuff and quality assurance and stuff like this, they are all fine. But as traditional IT companies, they value throughput. Be faster, be quicker to deploy something, be quicker to show something. And in accessibility, what you need is actually something substantial, because different to actually creating sales funnels, accessibility is not different. Well, for funnels, you are creating actual pages. You are creating actual, inbuilt shops, inbuilt PLPs and PDPs and stuff like this. So for accessibility, you need just the same. You cannot think of accessibility as something that needs to be ticked. That's it, and we are done, and it's all fine. No, it's not fine. And what I heard from the company that I had the doubtful, displeasure of working for is that come on, we should just indicate what's missing from this website, from this e-commerce website. The developers, they are lazy. They just need something to go off of. And you don't need to be precise. You don't need to write a longer bugs because nobody is going to read them. And this was the moment that I reminded myself that I'm not tied to this job, and such an attitude towards your colleagues is quite not the place that I want to work for, actually. Which made me realize that I want to make something that I actually need as a person with disability and as an actual person who gains actual abilities to consult and change how accessibility is actually done. And what I'm doing currently is actually I'm creating a PR agency, because before fully committing to IT and to making accessibility from the standpoint of quality assurance, I was in media. I was working with UNICEF, with the Office of the Secretary General of United Nations, with the World Health Organization and stuff like this. I consulted social media and stuff. So mainly I worked for what we can consider disabilities and communication of disabilities. Then I pivoted to QA and accessibility QA, which just built upon what I already did. And I think that we, people with disabilities, actually need something like this. Something that blends together PR, together with marketing, together with technical accessibility, QA, certifiable accessibility in terms of hierarchical, build up of actual pages, of actual apps, of actual things, together with physical accessibility at the access points of the businesses and the companies and whatnot, together with accessible language, accessible ways of communication to people with different disabilities. Because you might think of copies, you might think of alt text, you might think of whatever your experience leads you to think about. But actually, the void is deeper. The things that you can do are actually way better. Because when we are talking about getting in front of the eyes and ears and the senses of people with disabilities, we are talking incredibly different types of disabilities. Because we are talking about, yes, people who cannot see, people who can see differently. We talk about learning disabilities. We talk about all kinds of disabilities. And when you are talking only about, yes, here an alt text on this product images absent and we need to put some. First, this some should not be some, should be accessible. Like, for instance, you cannot put a tagline saying, outline saying that this bottle portrays luxuriousness and poise. Luxuriousness and poise are not things which you can see, and you cannot misguide people who need actual information in terms of what they are seeing, in that the picture shows things which cannot be seen, right? Right. I hope that it's right. Then you can actually think of creating different ways of communicating with people, especially who are neurodivergent. Because for neurodivergent person, even the best written copy, the best text that you produced might be hard to understand, and or might be not understandable at all. So you need to create entirely type of entire other types of copy for that particular group of people, because you don't have it, because the suppliers of traditional IT who flagged you, here you have some problem, we don't know what it is, we don't know how to explain it to you, because we don't listen to the people who we hire, even though they are with lived experience. Second of all, your PR agencies, they are using generic AI tools to identify that maybe it's a good idea to do something here, to create some kind of alt text. And when you create an alt text, just like the one that I described, you're creating nothing. You are misleading your clients, which is a thing which you don't do with the clients that can actually independently see the pictures you are showing. So I completely understand that it's hard for businesses to wrap their heads around what accessibility needs to be. It's completely normal. We people with disabilities, even we people with disabilities who are consulting, building and making accessibility and communicating diseases and disabilities, we are strained by traditional consulting businesses. We are strained because, well, traditional IT companies, as I told you, are hiring us, but then are stifling us with the throughput that they need. You know, we need to move faster. The developers are stupid and are not going to read complex written books that you want to read, and you want to write more of it. So this is why I'm creating my PR agency, because this need of proper communication and proper new types of copies that you need to make in order for your sales and your PR and your and all your attempts to be sold and to be seen by actual people with actual disabilities need to be addressed in completely different way, because in marketing I'm very fond of that. Now we are starting to measure funnel creation, not only landings, not only sales. We are measuring actual funnels that are freshly created by our marketing attempts. Here we have to do just the same. We have to measure how accessibility is moving people through our experiences. We have to measure our accessibility attempts creating actual different funnels of experience for new clients, because if not, your accessibility is not done properly.